Canva with RFM. Welcome back to another video. This is Canva with RFM, and in this video we will be exploring text and how to master your text skills. Text is so important, so let's start right away. We're going to be making a newsletter, as there's a lot of text in a newsletter, so we can really experiment. So we'll just choose blank, and then we will choose here a template. So I think something like this will be quite nice. We will only use the second page. No, actually we'll use only the first page. Sorry. So immediately you can tell that they have used both of the things that we learned in the last two lessons. They have used images and they've used elements. So you can really see how important these are. But this video is not about those things. This video is about text. So I'm gonna start off, sorry for the background noise. I'm gonna start off with the most important tip ever for text. Only use about 2 to 3 types of texts and don't make them similar. As you can already see on this template, this is very big and very simple and very straight. And then this one down here is nice and handwritten and small. What this is gonna make you feel in your head is that the design is really, it fits together everything. If you see the font repeated over and over and over again, you're not gonna have the feeling that it's a good design, and it feels like the design is just quickly thrown together and you're not going in your head in depth and choosing a good text. So choosing a text is, I think, one of the biggest things when you're designing. So let's start actually changing the text. So press on the text, and then you can have on the side first what font the text is. So it also shows you what fonts are used. So in this design, 3 fonts are used, which is again a great combination. So we're actually gonna choose our own. As you can see, Canva has so many fonts. It's unbelievable how many fonts Canva has. Now, even though a lot of these are pro, there's still a ton that are not pro. We're first by B now, and we're still scrolling. So you can really tell that Canva has so many. So now we're just gonna choose a really nice text. So you can either just search for something that you want. So we can choose something like display or heading. So you can choose something like this. And then obviously you have to ungroup these to make this fit. And then you have to change the size and so on. But something that Canva allows you to do is they choose 2 texts and they change your whole design using these 2 texts. Now I'll show you how to find this. You actually don't find it by texts, you find it by more, and it's called styles. Now they have all of these sets, then they have color sets, and they have fonts sets. So then choose one which you think is gonna fit very good to your writing. I don't very often use these because you can tell that some of these aren't actually that great chosen. But this one's a good one, I think. So we can try and allow Canva to change all of the fonts for us. it's done it within a few seconds, which is so useful. And I think this looks quite good. We can keep scrolling. We can try something like this. This is another handwritten one and a not handwritten one. This one I think is a bit too small, which we can also just change the font size. I think the one that we're going to be going for is this one. I think this looks very, very capturing. I think if I saw this, I would maybe actually pick it up. Even though I don't read a lot about fashion, but I would probably still pick it up. So then make the size bigger. So 21 is way too big, as you can see. So we can try something like 14 maybe. 14 is kind of like perfect, but then it's a bit going on top of the picture. So we can just move this up. But now this gives a little weird effect, as the image is not actually aligned with anything, which your eyes are gonna notice that this is not symmetrical. Even though your brain may not notice it, your eyes notice it, and it's not gonna look good for you, look good to you. So you can just move it so it's aligned. Now you may not notice actually while you're editing how big of a difference this makes, but actually if you give this to someone, you will probably notice that more people will look at it if it's like this. So then take this one and make sure you always do it the same size as the other one. So the other one we had is 14, so change the text. Now we're gonna also make sure that you center it with the image. So we're gonna center it with this image and with this image. Now it's just switching from two of the sides. And there we go. There's middle's just not coming. So you can just move it by 1 pixel by pressing the arrow key on your keyboard. Now we can also change these top ones, which are also quite small. We're going to make this a 12 and also this one a 12. Now you can go ahead and try to change it. So we're going to change it, maybe not the fashion, but the trend. And you can also change this. Now I actually want that this is a bit small. I think it is a bit too big. So we're going to actually reduce it to something like 18. And that's great, I think. So you can also change the text color by just pressing text color. Now again, it gives you the photo colors, so you can choose something like this kind of brown. Make it maybe even a bit bold by pressing the big B, which I think most people know that do a bit of graphic design. And you can now see that this kind of fits maybe even a bit better with the with the design. So also then change this one. Okay, I think that we've done quite a bit about text, but there's even more that Canva allows. So I think most people know how to underline text, or you can make it italic. So also for something like a poem, you would want it to be in the center of the alignment. But for something like this, the alignment in the center doesn't look quite as good. So then we move it to the one side. Now also, if you want to have a list, you can also have bullet points, of course. So this is now one whole bullet point. You can also, if you press again on the bullet points, it can become a number, and then again it becomes nothing. If you press on it again, you can press spacing. Now I love doing this when I'm making a lot of things. So we're going to do it for the title. Just press spacing. Now you can allow the letter spacing to vary. So you can tell the letters are spreading out more and more. So I think for this, actually a bit of the letters should be spread out a bit more. Now we can also change line length. So if you go to spacing, so line height it's called. So you can just go like this, and you can tell that the lines, the spacing is becoming way bigger. So this also allows you, if you've written it not that much text, to look like you've written a lot of text. It's just to make the line spacing a bit further apart. Then you can also anchor the text box. I don't actually know what this does, that's why I never use it. But this might do something for other kind of designs. Then you can also put effects on text. Canva has a few effects, which is quite cool. We're just gonna add something to the title, because normally the text we don't want a shadow on or anything like that. But if the title has something like that, it's even more eye-catching. So we're gonna add maybe a shadow on it. Now I love how many options Canva gives you after you even put shadow. So you can change the color of the shadow, the transparency of the shadow. You can change if it's blurred or not. So this is quite useful if you want it to be a shadow, but kind of also like a glow. Blur is good to use. You can choose actually the direction of the shadow. So if you look at it now, while I just move this, it's going up. Now it's going down, down, and up again. So I think something on the side, a bit more down, I think. I think something like this looks quite good. Now also, how close is it to your actual title? So that's offset. So look, like this is quite far away, you can tell. Like this is quite aligned. So I actually think quite far away looks quite cool, but I think it needs to be a bit closer, not maybe 100, maybe like 70. So you can just go like this, press on it, and change on your keyboard to 70. So I think that looks quite eye-catching. Now I don't think it should actually be a black, the shadow. So we're just gonna change it to maybe something like this brown. Right, now always make sure that it's in the center. I could tell that it wasn't in the center, so also now just make sure that everything's in the center. I actually don't know why this is not in the center. Normally when you use templates, everything's already in the center for you. So just always check that. Okay, and there's a few more things that you can do with text. You can lock text, and you can add links to text. You can make text more transparent, and you can duplicate them. You can also do this thing, it's called copy style. I don't know what this does. I don't use this because it seems like it doesn't actually have an effect. Canva also allows you to do a glitch on the title. So this one's quite a cool glitch, this one as well, but this is not exactly what we're going for this this design. So I hope you learned in this video so much about text and how to use text and how to edit. Thanks for watching. Check out the other videos in this course by pushing on the playlist on the top left, and see you next time. Bye!